What's up, guys? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing good. Today, I'm going to be continuing work on my game, Earth and Heart. I'm going to be specifically continuing work on some procedural overworld generation. So yeah, we'll probably get into it and discuss a little bit of an overview about what the game is about shortly. And then we'll just start work and we can talk about anything that chat wants to talk about throughout. But yeah, I'm going to be pretty focused in actually trying to get some sort of work done, because this isn't a sort of pretend game dev stream we're just doing for content. I do actually want to get some stuff done today, so that's the plan. But first, I just want to double check that we're actually live and everything seems to be working. Yeah, everything looks good. My head was cold when I first came upstairs. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm actually getting an ad on my own Twitch channel on my other computer. I have the tab open on just to check that we're actually live. But yeah, everything looks good. Okay. Yeah, so the reason why anyway, I was just quickly checking on a few things is, you know, so far, oh, this music I'm not feeling. Let me find something more chill. Music's super important to me. Getting in the right frame of mind to just get some work done. Some cool, super long jazz thing that I was feeling lately, right? Yeah, this is a good one. Okay. Yeah, so far the game dev streams have been kind of I don't know, good way to describe it, but other than a little spontaneous, little rushed, and that's just because we're just getting started. I just recently rebranded my old or one of my old Twitch channels to be about game dev, and we just did the one stream, and I've now gone and done the same with an old YouTube channel. I rebranded it to I'll Play Games as well, and yeah, this is all part of my overall strategy for my game, really. You know, I'm a solo developer with no budget, and you know, I think sharing my general progress and stuff, and yeah, just doing streams, making occasional video and stuff about game development and about my game specifically is really important in, you know, hopefully finding people that actually want to play my game eventually. So yeah, it is part of overall strategy for my game, but I am also very interested in branching out into game dev content as well, and we have started doing a little bit because as I assume most people that would know that might stop by and watch the VOD of this stream, but maybe not. I am a full-time content creator. My main channel is just Nick Rawcliffe on YouTube and on Twitch, but we do gaming content. But despite that, I've been a game developer for about a decade, and before I did content full-time, I did game development full-time. That was my job. I was game development manager at a company, and before that I was working on my own game. The game that I'm working on at the minute, we're still at basically the beginning of the development process, where we're sort of out of what I would consider pre-production and into just full production now. I think it's ready. It's time to start talking about it and gauging people's interest and starting to build a little community around the game. So before I keep yapping, before I forget, I have created, let me just double check it's there on the YouTube description. I have created a Discord for the game. Yeah, it's there in the YouTube description. So yeah, I just did this like last night. So the game now has a Discord. I hope to get a Steam page up either at the end of this month or the beginning of next month. So you'll be able to start wishlisting the game. And, obviously there'll be a written description there. And, at least a logo and stuff like that. So you get a little bit more info on the game. So that's like later in the month or the start of next month. So very soon. But for now, the only way to sort of like sign up to sort of keep getting information, getting updates on the progress of the game, is the Discord. So if you're interested, please go and join the Discord. !Discord in the chat. The link, or there is a link in the description as well. Also, I guess I'll state at the top, I'm just saying stuff now. I know no one's really watching the stream right now, but I'm sure people are going to watch the VOD. So just saying this at the start of the VOD, so we can sort of like get it out of the way and just get into working and stuff. It's worth stating that the Discord is going to be central for lots of things to do with the game during its development. It still could be years until the game's finished at all. I'm not putting a time on myself because I'm working solo, and I'm doing this basically in my spare time, although I'm putting quite a lot of hours in each week, I would say. And so I rely on my other YouTube career for income, not this. So I'm not putting time restrictions on anything, but it'll be a while. However, eventually, sometime relatively soon, once there's playable builds of the game, I will be looking for playtesters to help me find bugs and to give me a little bit of feedback. And the way we're going to do that is there'll be a Google form for people to fill in that are interested in playtesting the game. And once people fill the form in, we'll sort of start gradually adding testers, probably one at a time, to be honest, to begin with. And then once the builds get bigger and more sophisticated, we'll start doing like large waves of testers, or you know, relatively large waves. And anyway, those Google Forms for signing up to play test the game are going to be posted in the Discord. So if you're interested in playing the game before it's finished, way before it's finished, or you're just, you know, interested in play testing, or you just want to help me out personally or whatever, then it's going to be very important to go and join that Discord. So there's not much there now, just a few links. But I probably will also do some sort of text posts occasionally in there, giving you guys updates on where we're at with the development. So make sure you go and join the Discord there. !Discord. Yeah, it's not named after this YouTube channel or this Twitch channel because it's the official game Discord. I think it's better for me to start accumulating people that are interested in my game than it is for me to build a separate Discord about anything else. Yeah, so there's that. Also, make sure you subscribe to the Owlface Games YouTube channel. You can get a link to it by doing !YouTube in the chat. Obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, just hit the sub button. There's no videos here now. This was the Nick Rawcliffe Plays channel previously, where I was posting Twitch VODs for when I wasn't allowed to simulcast, when that era of Twitch. So it's an old channel. It's important for several reasons. First of all, I am going to start posting game development videos. I've been talking about it for a long time. We've already recorded a ton of footage of me doing the Pirate Software Game Jam, which the game performed extremely well in. It got maximum possible scores from the judges. So I'll be making a video about that, the development process of that game, and you know, ways we could have done better potentially. So that video is already in production. So there's nothing up there yet, but I'm going to be posting stuff like that. I'm going to be posting sort of like little knowledge dumps of my insight of working on games for a decade. Maybe some tutorials here and there for specific things, specific tools, maybe some game maker stuff. But I am also going to be posting devlogs. I already have hours, probably, of recorded footage of me making this game, and some sort of video diaries that I recorded throughout the development process. So they're going to hopefully almost be like documentary style devlogs that'll be posted on this channel as well. So yeah, there's everything like that to look forward to on the YouTube channel. So make sure you go and subscribe there. On Twitch, you can do !YouTube for a link to that channel. It is a separate channel to my main channel. It's the Owlface Games channel. And the other reason it's important to go and support that channel is because that channel is not monetized, because it doesn't have enough subscribers, because it's a new channel and it's a channel that's been dormant for a while. So we need to get 1,000 subscribers, and we need to get the viewership up on the channel and stuff, so that we'll be able to monetize the videos and, you know, hopefully be able to supplement my income to help support all of my other content creation and continue development on the game. So there, that's everything. So yeah, if anyone has any questions about my game or anything really, you know, I'm willing to stop what we're doing and have interesting conversations during these streams, because I think that's the interesting thing about doing development streams. So feel free. But until stuff pops up in the chat, I'm going to get to work. So last time I was working, It's actually on a different PC. So yeah, I already pulled down our latest and greatest stuff. So I guess I'll show what we've got so far. So if anyone has been staying up to date with what we've been doing so far with the development of the game, I guess this is turning into a mini devlog right now, but so basically for the last 12 months on and off, I was mostly working on design. But since I've got started on production, I've built sort of a custom, or sort, you know, largely a custom development pipeline, or in other words, sort of like a way of working, specifically for Game Maker, which is my engine of choice for this game because it's a 2D game. And it's arguably one of the best, if not the best engine out there to do 2D games now, although arguing about best engines is sort of dumb, really, but it's my engine of choice for 2D games. So the inspiration, this isn't any kind of final, this is a screen test here to test out pixel density at the correct resolutions. So currently we're thinking of having these 2 zoom levels. And this is just a UI test at the bottom that is a additional GUI layer that is at 1080p instead of these lower resolutions. So this is just a test we're looking at. But what we've created anyway is a development pipeline to basically emulate the way GB Studio, the Game Boy engine, handles color palettes and stuff. And so that's why this is sort of in the Game Boy color palette, and then these are being colored via a shader and all kinds of fancy stuff. We're not going to get super into that now. We'll definitely make a dedicated video about it and we'll discuss that. However, if I press space, it takes us into our procedural world generation test. And so this is what I'm working on at the minute. And so previously, the way this worked, so all of the art we're looking at is completely temporary and just programmer art for now. Very, like, basically no art has been purposely created for this game yet that is final. So excuse the programmer art, but we may actually improve this tile set tonight because it could be useful. But anyway, just to explain what's going on here, basically we have a Rust program that is run when the game is launched that generates the level data for the game, the data for the overworld. So what we're looking at here is going to be the overworld of the game. So this is basically like looking at a world map. So just think of like some sort of RPG, some sort of roguelike where, you know, you leave an area, you leave the village, which is where you're gonna be in this game, the village. And then once you leave, you sort of select where you want to go on the map. And then this is the map for the game right now. That's what we're working on. And so, you know, it's a large open world. I want worlds to be like very big. This is 1,000,000 tiles, 1,000 by 1,000. And so, yeah, we have a Rust program that generates the data for the world on launch. And then in Game Maker, we just read that data and place tiles in a tile map according to that level data. And so previously, every tile was basically just sort of random. And then I showed on stream the other day that I had started using some purling noise to create something more organic. And last night or the night before, I can't remember now. I think the last iteration was actually last night, so it's over the last couple of nights. I've worked on it even more. So what we've got, so each tile, the zoom doesn't work correctly, by the way. It'll zoom into a different location because it's not, we haven't built that out properly yet. But let's zoom in to a more interesting piece of land somewhere like this. So each tile represents a different biome, basically. And except for these tiles, these sort of little green and grey ones, almost look like they have got a little ruin on them. These are the points of interest. So the idea is that this could be grasslands, this could be swamp, this could be like, this is technically dead land at the minute, which is a concept that I'm not going to explain right now. People feel free to ask me if you want to know about it, but it's a concept unique to the game. And I can't remember what this is even supposed to be honest, because this is all a bit haphazard. These aren't functional biomes. These are just sort of tile tests, and I started to actually just redesign some of the tiles just to have it make it look a little bit better. And so some of it's sort of just gibberish, but you get the general gist. That there'll be different biomes. And so the idea is that, you know, like this this point of interest here is on the edge of a swamp or whatever, right? The idea is that, let's say like the village was here, the fact that you'd have to like travel through the swamp to get to this point of interest will essentially affect the journey that the character would have to embark on. So different biomes sort of add different modifiers to what might happen to a villager that you send out from the village. But basically this map view is just from going from A to B, and then like once you get to this point of interest here, or let's say you travel from here to here, you know, this is essentially like a level. You go into it. And let's say this was like a cave or a ruin or something like that, you would be exploring, or a dungeon. You'd explore that dungeon for loot to then take back to the village. So that's why we've got individual point of interest tiles, which my first thing that I'm thinking of already looking at this is that I think we still need to crank up the points of interest, probably. So yeah, obviously this is supposed to represent water, and then these are different biomes, those are points of interest. So that's kind of everything explained there. So yeah, the work we've kind of done, that I've done so far on a procedural generation system, is just in trying to start to make it feel more natural looking, more organic looking. So it just feels like a good procedurally generated open world instead of a shitty one. And we're getting there. It's still kind of shitty. Still needs a lot of work. But this is now in a really good place compared to where it was a week ago. So before we really get into it, I guess one thing I will do, just because there's a good chance, even though not a lot of people are going to see this VOD, I know it's going to take a while for my community to sort of catch up and know everything about my game so far. So I will just do a little bit of a brain dump on what the game is. Yeah, because I think it's going to be good for anyone that wants to watch this. Sort of have it. Look, this almost looks like Nessie or something. So anyway, the basic idea of the game, if I was to summarize it in a single sentence, although I find that quite difficult because I think it's quite a complex game idea, but everyone's obsessed with elevator pitches, which I think is cringe. But I'll do it nonetheless. The idea is to make a roguelike village / farming sim. So if you imagine a game like Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing or Dinkum or something like that, where in this game specifically you are managing and building a village, and you won't necessarily play as one individual character. However, you will be able to play as any villager, right? And the idea is that whilst in the village, it'll be like a top-down view, and you'll be able to use the mouse to build houses and farm plots and stuff like that. Everything you would expect in sort of like a village / farming sim. However, everything that you do will require resources to do. So building a house, depending on what the house is made out of, would require, for example, like a ton of wood, right? And you'll start with a small stockpile to get started, but once you run out, you'll have to send a villager out into this world map, and you'll have to pick a point of interest to send them to, and you'll play as that villager sent out on that expedition. And if you're trying to build houses and you need wood, you'll have to send them to a forest where there's wood, right? And in order to gather the wood, you'll have to have previously equipped that villager with an axe so that it can carry, so that it can cut the tree down and harvest the wood from the trees in the forest. And once that villager chopped those trees down, it will put the wood into the villager's inventory, and the villager will then have to make its way back. You, as the villager, will then have to make your way back to the village with the wood, and then that wood will go in the village stockpile, and then you'll be able to continue making your houses out of wood to house more villagers. And you'll be able to keep making the village nicer and nicer to attract more and more villagers. And as the villagers survive, they'll gradually acquire more gear. You'll be able to equip them with more stuff. The potential, I haven't decided yet if they themselves are gonna get more powerful or not. But the most important thing is, if while out exploring looking for resources a villager dies, that villager is dead permanently, and all of the gear that villager was carrying will be lost. And so this is how we get sort of like a roguelike, almost extractor game / village sim hybrid. There will be an ultimate goal as well, where you will have to, I don't want to spoil it too much, but expand your territory, essentially, in the world. in a way that will affect the world at large, as a way to sort of quote unquote beat the game. So there will be an overall goal, but the goal will be driven by improving your village, and crafting things, and just keeping your civilization happy, basically. So let's crack on with improving this. So, like I said, I think we need more points of interest. Oh. In fact, we don't. Here we go. The code in this script is super messy, and none of the comments make sense because I've just been constantly sort of hacking away at it the last few nights with no, I don't care about it being tidy right now, so it's a fucking mess. Wait, are we getting graphical glitches already in WSL? We are. What's the file now? Okay, this is the right one. Okay. So I actually found a really cool library for doing procedural generation stuff with Perl and Noise in Rust. It's actually on the screen in top right now. Procedural generation is the name of the crate, if anyone wants to give it a go. And anyway, it has this feature here, spawn rooms. And that's actually how we're placing the points of interest. So this 5 here determines what represents a room, or in our case, a point of interest in the vector that we're generating, basically. I'm wondering if we should just try doubling it. Make sure this runs. Should be fine. Oh, that's a lot more, isn't it? Probably is closer to what we want, though. I mean, all these points of interest are actually going to be different points of interest, obviously. This world's kind of interesting. Yeah, I do think that's probably better. Might be a little much. But probably not. You see, I was thinking before that the waves just place in the biomes. Maybe seemed like too small. But this actually looks really good in this world. And it doesn't have to be perfect at the minute. Let's just generate a few worlds. Yeah, maybe we just kind of got bad RNG. Because this all looks quite good. I just want to make sure that there's like a decent kind of dousing of most of the biomes. I did have the idea of, like, you know, one being more common. This, you know, let's say like a simpler biome, which is this sort of one here. And obviously some being a bit more scarce makes sense. I think it's actually okay for now. Let's look at a bunch of worlds though. Oh, you know what? I think I know why. We were looking at older code because you know, I'm making a Windows game, right? A PC game. And when you run the game on Windows, the Rust program auto starts to, you know, to quickly just generate a world when you launch the game. However, my laptop, when I'm working sort of like remotely or just on the couch or something, that I use to do some work, is a Mac. And so if I want to test world generation on the Mac, I actually manually have to run the Rust cargo, because the exit file obviously doesn't work on Mac, and I haven't compiled a version for Mac because it's not going to be on Mac. Yeah, I actually might compile a Mac version at some point. But yeah, I've just realized in the latest code for this world generation was done on my Mac. And first time we loaded the game, we didn't compile the new code. So this is the fix that I did last night to improve the biome placement. Which does seem basically fine. One thing though, just want to make sure need to make sure that I'm creating issues and resolving them with commits, just so we have a nice commit history that it's easy to track what was happening when. Still not sure about these POIs, points of interest. It might be a little much. Maybe not though. I want worlds to feel really big. And for there to be lots to do. Yeah, I don't know. It's like imagining like this is like the village. Don't know if that's too overwhelming. I think it might be. Let's maybe split the difference. Right. Still kind of feels like a lot. Do you think it's looking better though? Because like, just imagine like this is a village, this is a forest, this is a, you know, forest or something, this is a dungeon. We want the player to feel like they want to explore all the rest of it. And also like, this test world's a million tiles, but it's a pretty good chance we'll be able to go a lot bigger. I mean, obviously, there's no need to commit to it, anything now. Just trying to get the general vibe right. So I think maybe we need to be a little more gentle with it. Let me just try a really low number. Real quick. Out of curiosity. Yeah, that's like a needle in a haystack, basically. I think we maybe... try this. This is starting to look all right. This is a hectic area, but you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Some areas to be filled with points of interest. This is starting to feel a little better. Because like a tile is not supposed to be a small distance. Now, of course, we have to go back just to see if we're insane. And if where we had it already was like perfect. No, nah, yeah. See, some areas look right, some areas look busy, and some there is just not enough. Obviously, we can tweak the algorithm a bit. But right now, see, this is actually, there's so much there. Starting to think maybe decrease it, not increase it. We were originally, when I was thinking this, looking at old code, weren't we? The thing is, don't know, I don't want it to be too much of a slog to find things to do. Let's turn it down a bit. This actually looks good. Yeah, this is a better middle ground. If within like one screen, you can at least see, you know, a different direction to head in. That seems right. And it's fine for it to be busy in areas, and it's fine to be not much to go on in areas. It's just you don't want like to be completely overcrowded, and you don't ever really want to like, yeah, I kind of feel like I want the scenario of feeling mega isolated, of like this point of interest, there's nothing else to be seen around, if you know what I mean, because that could get frustrated. But like everywhere we go, there is a point of interest, and you know, at least one other point of interest, if not more, within sight of another one. If that makes sense. We most likely will change, add other ways of spawning things into. Because like some of these biomes, you know, it's like too often don't have something in. So we'll probably add a random chance of some of these tiles being something else as well, just to keep it a bit more interesting. There's a lot going on in some of these though. That's fine. I just had an idea. Add boots as a potential tool for improving. I can't spell. Walking ability in swamps / bogs. Don't. I was just thinking whether or not I should. Nah, not worth it. I don't think this spawn runes method here is actually affected by anything that comes before it. Obviously, other than the size, but like the Perlin noise, I don't think affects it at all. I don't know if it's maybe better being centered like this on stream. I can't look at that. I think we just leave that for now. It does look pretty good. The density is still kind of insane in some spots. Entirely high. But that could be fine. Okay. remove POI spawns by decreasing them. Alright, I'm gonna have to run to the bathroom real quick. That took a while. Alright. Right back, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. Look at this bot. Trying to avoid a ban by typing remove the space. All right, I think we're going to leave this here for now. So one of the things we need to work on is the fact that point of interest needs to be more than one tile. Because the perspective doesn't make sense and you can't really communicate a lot in a single tile. So make POIs more than one tile on the map. Create dedicated POI test tile set. Place larger POIs. By Will Jen. That is actually an art task. This kind of more summarizes the overarching task, but it's probably still good to have in separately. So I think we actually start experimenting with a tile set. Yeah, I'm thinking. In fact, let's have a look at the directory first. Probably But Ace Bright, I don't know about that. I think let's create an art directory. And no. Test. All sets. Let's start with 16. Unless we'll just do 16 by 32 for now. Oh, this is the correct tile set. Well, it's fine. We can use it. So the correct color palette I'm in. File save as. Let's say larger POI file set. Now this is going to be more of an experiment than an actual art session. Yeah, because I'm starting to think like it's going to be so difficult really to let's use it as a different random color palette. Yeah, like if we want to communicate like that there's like a forest or whatever. Gonna be mega shit. That's with 16 by 16. I think we need like I don't know. Wait, is the server actually run it? Oh. Um. Hmm. $32 by $32 is massive, though. Although, if you're thinking this zoomed out, this sort of would make sense. And the characters, I haven't decided how we're going to represent the villager on the world map yet, but if we do just draw its sprite, then it's going to be 16 by 16. So it would keep more of a sense of perspective if points of interest were actually 32 by 32. Some of these are definitely going to overlap. I guess we just do it. You see, these worked super good. And this bit is 16 by 16. But then this bit, 16 by 8. So maybe what we actually want is 24 by 24, right? Let's just start by just making a single tile. Okay. Oh, we were way more zoomed in than I thought we were. This actually does sort of kind of work. We're trying to just more get a sense of like scale, you know, and like what is the right scale for the actual procedural generation. This isn't like a serious art session. These are sort of kind of sketches to figure out what the right tile size would be. Maybe try actually using this doesn't really make sense. I just don't. I don't know if it's like gonna be worth upping the resolution for the world map or not. You know what I mean? Just to have more detail on the tiles. This is probably not right. It's only one area of the game. Looks like it's a little bit too busy down there. Just wondering if we should do something about this line. Yeah, I think it is better without it. Right, well, it's just a test, right? So let's have another test tile. We should try at least a couple of different ideas for points of interest. Think about trying some sort of castle, but I'm not sure how I feel about this. I really don't like this color palette, but it's whatever. Sort of moat or whatever. like go way in. Technically. Oops. Um, um, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Definitely does look like something. We maybe have like some sort of beacon on the roof. It's kind of a nice one, actually. Never drawn at this resolution before. Oh shit. Okay. So I'm thinking like swamp or cave or mine. Maybe we do like pond, something like that. Gotta send someone with a fishing rod to. I think that's a good idea. Oh God. Ooh, that's too green. By the way, if there is anybody just chilling out watching, feel free to say hello. We're just that doesn't look right to me. This is basically what we're doing right now. It's just sort of we're kind of just mocking up with just programmer art for now. I'm not investing the time into doing like proper art for what we're working on right now. We're just making some sort of temporary art set just to test what kind of size we want the points of interest to be on the map, because we need to figure out how to spawn them in algorithmically, basically. Might be a bit too much for this pixel density. Might be better off keeping it simple for now. Then again. No, I'm not sure. Start again with that. It's still less saturated. That is actually... starting to actually look right. Let's maybe just leave it at that for now. All right. So one thing we actually need to do with this is increase the canvas size again. But we need to do it like this. Because in Game Maker, this is always like a blank tile. Kind of use it to almost as an eraser. Okay. So for now, let's export this. Just into the root directory for now. And then say launch Game Maker for once, which we rarely do. Okay, we can close all this. Let's just do this. SB larger UI. I'll set test. And then create a tile set. Create PI larger POI tile set first, and then select the actual tile set. 24. Okay. Now, I can't remember if we're procedurally adding a tile set, to be honest. I should probably check that. Yeah. World. Is it here? Yeah, we're creating a layer. So we don't need to do... Yeah, creating a layer there. So that means we should be done here in the IDE. And yeah. Yeah, I think probably let's continue on in this script. Because some of this needs refactoring and stuff and neat renaming like big time. But I'm waiting kind of until I've written more code to do all the tidying up and refactoring and recommenting in one big session. Just get it done in like a day. Well, less than a day, but an evening or something. So we need to figure out a few things about how we're going to do this. So what we probably do is basically copy this. However, we'll like, oh, we've got, yeah, let me just turn off the AI autocomplete for now, because I don't want it at the minute. Let's do like test Create new layer and tile map for larger POI tile placement. And it's tagged as a test so we know. What's going on with this little code block here. Don't like that these are globals really, but I guess they have to be for now. So this will be large POI layer. Oh my god. What is this? I'm switching between keyboards way too often at the minute. Large UI tile map. I actually can't even remember what we called it. We have to assign tile map to the layer, which I actually forgot. And it is called larger POI tile set. Oh, there's a typo in it. I might actually go and correct that typo in the IDE before that becomes a larger issue. I don't care about having typos at this stage when we're still figuring stuff out. Rather get things done quickly. There's not a typo. It's just that. Oh. Wait, what? This is a graphical glitch as a WSL again. Really annoying that that happens. Making me not want to use WSL. TI larger UI I'll set test. Okay. Oh, it's not going to be 1,000 by 1,000 tiles though, is it? Let me just check something. This I think it could really fuck things up it is gonna really fuck things up if the tile set's different dimensions. If the tile map, rather, not the tile set. But obviously we can draw a larger resolution tile set on a smaller resolution tile map. You just have to do it in pieces. She's going to be a little bit annoying, but that is what we need to do, really, isn't it? I'm just thinking if there is really an issue with this or not. It would technically be more efficient to actually pre-slice these up in order so it didn't waste so much data here. But in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. It's only 32 by 32 pixels. It'd probably be better for it to visually make sense. The only thing that's annoying is the way you read from a tile set in Game Maker is not an array. So like this is 1 basically, and this is 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So mathematically, you know, procedurally getting every tile here, you just have to do it. Well, it doesn't need to be done procedurally. We can just know the numbers. Yeah, I guess we're kind of just testing this out at the minute, so I guess we still just go with this. Which means that this can stay the same. So this is where we place the tiles. This is a POE. POI, sorry, not POE. That makes sound. I believe. What's up, Terrier? Thanks for stopping by, bud. Hope you're doing good. Yeah. WSL's shit in the bed again. It's so annoying. I'm gonna reset it in a minute. Things are actually going amazing. I'm really happy. I'm kind of really just I need a good word for the current state of development I'm in right now. Oh, thanks for joining the Earth and Heart Discord. I appreciate that. But yeah, things are going really good. Hang on. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, it is right. Right, this is pissing me off. I need to reset WSL. It's so fucking annoying. It's pissing me off, like the visual glitches and stuff that's going on right now. Nothing to do with the development of the game. This fucking just Microsoft being shit. So I don't know if you've ever used WSL before, but I'm kind of new to it since getting into Vim and stuff. Well, basically, it just allows you to run Linux from the command line on Windows. So you can use like Linux, you know, command line tools and stuff. Just natively on Windows without actually having to do a virtual machine or anything like that, which is pretty cool. But I noticed when you're in the terminal like this, sometimes you just get like weird graphical glitches and you have to shut it down, basically. Like shut Linux down and restart it. So yeah, anyway, Terry, if you want to talk about anything to do with game development or you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask away. I want these streams to be, I do want to be able to get work done and stuff like that, of course, but you know, it's might as well not stream it if it's just that. You know, I'm totally open to answering questions about the game or game development in general, or general conversation about game dev stuff. You don't have to, or just letting you know. You can talk about stuff if you want. So, right now, this line of code right here is placing our tile, currently single tile, for a point of interest on the world map. what we want to do is in the position of one of these point of interest sort of markers in the level data, place a larger tile. Yeah, I get that vibe. I did my first step in game dev, complete new at the minute, but I downloaded Godot. Nice. I thought you were... Was it not game development that you were working on programming wise? I remember I was having some conversations about development and stuff. Well, that's a good step. And Godot is a really good place to start. Godot or Game Maker is what, you know, I recommend to anybody interested in getting into game development. And if you want to do 3D, just do Godot, because Game Maker is useless at 3D, basically. It's technically not. But it's not worth it. If you're new, it's not really worth it if you're really good at Game Maker. It's just there are psychos out there making really good 3D games with Game Maker, believe it or not. And then, yeah, if you want to do 2D, I would just go Game Maker. A good choice, step one. Not that Godot is not good at 2D, just Game Maker is kind of entirely just built around 2D game development. So it's purpose built for it. Not that Godot isn't, it's just obviously there's extra stuff. No, I code things for other streamers using a Twitch bot called StreamerBot as a C# compiler. Nice. So since you just stopped by, I'll show you. I think this code should run without erroring. We're not done here. So, could get kind of sus. Oops. Windows scuff. Let's just do that again. My window manager kind of shit the bed there. Okay, so I've been the first thing basically, other than my development pipeline that I've spent a while making for the game. Now we're in actual production. The main thing I'm focusing on is the actual world generation, because I want giant procedurally generated worlds. So that's what this is, and this is all like temporary art, and they're not even necessarily they're not functional biomes or anything anymore, so this doesn't necessarily mean anything at the minute, but it's starting to mean something. And what I'm working on at the minute, we just kind of tweaked the algorithm a lot over the last couple of nights to have these sort of patterns start to feel more organic, basically. And have, you know, like the ocean and the land stuff sorted. And the last thing that I've been tweaking for zoom in is points of interest. So these little gray and green tiles represent points of interest, where these are actually where you're heading to send a villager to go inside. So like, let's say this point of interest is the village that you're building. It's inside, sort of Stardew Valley style, right? And let's say this is like a forest here where you're going to gather wood. You would travel from here to here and go inside it. But at the minute, I'm just thinking that, you know, a single tile these are all 8x8 tiles because it's sort of a Game Boy Color style, Game Boy Art style. A single tile isn't really enough. Even if it was a higher resolution, it wouldn't make a difference because you need, not every asset should be the same tile size. There's sort of a general rule of perspective, right? So I want to draw a larger tile here. So I've created a tile set of just 3 tiles. That's actually 24 by 24, so it'd be 3 tiles to represent points of interest. So currently, our entire procedural generation system is based around procedurally placing 8x8 tiles within a 1000 by 1000 tile grid. And I want to place some 24 by 24 tiles, which is what we're actually going to do. Well, we've already done it. It's just going to be a 24 by 24 thing sliced up into 8x8 tiles, but we still need to place them in the right pattern, if that makes sense. So R in the level data actually stands for room, because in the code base we're using, the method is called spawn rooms. This represents a point of interest, but we probably actually zoom out a little bit. If file exists, I've just thought of something. Maybe we need to sort of functionize some of this stuff, really. We shouldn't do that now. We should do that later. But basically, we should probably do it outside of the main loop for spawning tiles. So we'll sort of loop through once, and then we loop through again. Because otherwise we're just going to replace the surrounding tiles. I can't think of any other... I'm just thinking. It's the simplest thing to do. We could hypothetically increase the size of these rooms. But that's, I don't think, changes much. I hate adding more for loops, but we shouldn't be obsessed about efficiency and stuff right now. And we can also add another test tag. Okay. So this isn't going to be this, is it? It's going to be build array. Large PY tile map. Let's yank this. How can we... a good way of doing this. Well, I think I'll just do this then for now. Oops. We don't... What am I even doing? We don't even need all this. Right. So we now need I can think of a mega simple way to do this. We need to get the actual tile data though first. Okay, so seven is the water tile, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you miss out the first one. So that means that the forest is 1, 2, 3. Starts at 3 anyway. Let's actually just focus on just the forest for now. So this would be 3, 4. Fucking thing's glitching out again, isn't it? Is it? Maybe not. And then this would be +1. +2. Let's just try this for now. If it works correctly, this should place the top row of the forest at every point of interest. Nothing's happening. Why is nothing happening? Maybe... Oh. Wait, no. Oh, yes. We need this. Resetting as well. Let's try that. Still nothing. We should also probably... The new tile map that we're creating. Should probably be at different height. Because it actually might be working, but we just can't see it. Oh, right, yeah. This does need resetting again, though. need to look at something. Yeah. Let's actually just comment this out temporarily. Oh, fucking Vim doesn't like GML, does it? Fuck's sake. Why? Did not like a switch without a case, is probably why, right? Right, it is working. Whoa. Definitely something there not right there, but we're placing the tiles, which means the problem is the layer visibility. So let's try this. Don't get it. Something isn't right about this tile creation. The placement of the tiles is fine. Hang on. Oh. I see why. Okay, let's just try this. Why the fuck? Fuck's sake, dude. And typos galore. Yeah, so previously, logically, well, it definitely should be a larger number as higher up. Yeah. Okay, so we're doing it right. It's just we were drawing to the wrong layer, which is why it looked fucked before. Okay, good. Doesn't look like much. This is a good start. Okay, so now let's draw another line in the tile set. And for this, we need to do +1. One. And then we need to figure out what these numbers are, which we have to look at that in the IDE because, yeah, we not going to be worth doing the math otherwise. It's just because it'll change constantly. So basically, we could get these if the way tile sets worked in Game Maker was this was like 0, 0, this was 0, 1 or whatever, then you could just get this algorithmically, but it doesn't work like that. It's just a single number, so it's not worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15, 16, 17. Well, now let's see. Getting there. I'm already just don't know if I'm liking this idea or not. Seems too big. Let's carry on. If it's big, looks big and goofy at first, it's fine. I mean, we need to make the game. It's more of an aesthetic thing. Definitely fix that later. We're more focused on art and stuff. So we add 2 to this. So that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Boom. Obviously, you know, we can make it. None of all of this is temporary art, programmer art for now. I think actually the size and the scale and everything could possibly be fine. It'd just be more about getting the art right so it sort of blends better into the terrain. Let's look for some places where things overlap and stuff, though. Because it should happen. It's fine. places do look a little weird, but I'm now questioning whether or not this is the right thing to do. You could just place a series of actual 8x8 tiles. Nah, I think it makes sense. I think it's just obviously all the art shitty now. I think basically what I'm trying to deliberate is if on this world map, right, the idea is you send a villager to one of these tiles, whether or not everything on the world map should be at the same tile size or not. From an art standpoint, hypothetically, it doesn't make sense for that to be the case. It makes sense to have like a sense of scale like this by them being larger, because then the character is going to be, I don't know. I think mechanically for the game, maybe they should be one tile though. I'm not sure. But we could still place the other ones before we decide. So that's probably what we should do. I think we should just do var EOI equals choose forest do a castle for now. This is doing my head in again. If UI equal to forest this shit, basically. Now I should do another switch, actually. Shouldn't we? Switch. Okay. All right then. Where are we at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that means it's going to be 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Um, 30, 31, 32. All right. Where does this get us? Yeah. There we go. It looks rough, but I mean it is doing the thing that we want it to do, so that's good. I just realized I never really did a commit for when we created our previous task. Lazy. Yeah. Let me quickly check a few of these things. Place. I guess technically this does resolve all of our current issues that we're working on. Resolves 5. Resolves. 6. Resolves. 4. Plays large BOIs. Go. Randomly place multiple different POIs. That's what we're working on right now. Well, at least the YouTube channel is getting subs. Man, I've been doing this for 3 hours already. Game development's crazy sometimes. Focus. Production. Enhancement. In progress. Code. Right. I was going to quickly run to the bathroom real quick. Yeah, if anyone has any questions or anything, feel free to post it in the chat. Yeah, and then we'll get our last POI that we have a tile for randomly placed and see how we feel. All right. This is actually a point where podium could actually be really useful. Thinks it's a pyramid. AI is so weird, man. It's insane to me that people rely on it so much sometimes in certain things. This can't possibly be right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11. It is right. This is the kind of thing that AI is actually good at. Let's see if he gets it right. You know what? Let's not even check it. Let's just go in blind and see if AI gets this right. Just for the lols. Yeah, it did. He guessed the numbers for the tile map correctly. It's kind of nice. It didn't get the basic programming syntax of Game Maker right. But it did guess the location correctly of the tiles in the tile set. So now I've placed in these random pond, castle, and forest tiles. Just don't. Yeah, they shouldn't really have much of a performance impact. It seems like it. Let's just check something. Oh. graphical glitch again. This is honestly sort of moment that makes me consider going back to VS Code. Nah. Maybe that's a little bit faster, actually. We could do it more optimally anyway. We're not really trying to do the most necessarily sit and figure out the most optimal way to place these tiles right now. We're just actually testing whether or not we should have different size point of interest tiles. It's very, well, it's almost impossible to see the difference, isn't it? Well, this is interesting. I was super happy with how the procedural generation was going so far. Ever since they came up with this idea of having larger tiles. I'm just not liking it. But it does make sense. It's just I don't really know if it's what I want. Honestly, I need to look at something similar. Wharf or just Steam. Okay, or something like that. It's a whole tile set, isn't it? That's sort of it is done in the same resolution per tile, but you know, for everything there's like several different tiles to be able to tile them correctly in different orientations, isn't there? Which is sort of what I was saying earlier. But the thing is, though, these way higher res. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I think we do. This is the wrong thing. It's this sort of view in Dwarf Fortress I'm trying to look at. You know what I think we actually do is, I think what we've done is actually good. It's a good start. But I think, like, let's just use the forest as an example. I think maybe the approach should be I create a series of tree tiles that work in 8x8 orientation, even if that means drawing one single tree per tile. And then we use this method that we've done here to essentially just randomly switch on and off within this sort of square which tiles we draw, or sometimes not to draw a tile, and maybe even make it so it can squiggle out and in a little bit, so it sort of randomly organically places single tree tiles but have several variations of them. And the way that you could do a similar thing, it would be more difficult, but for something like a pond, it could be like you just create a tile set with a series of inner and outer corners and everything, so everything joins together in different ways, and you just sort of you would have to place those less randomly, obviously, because you would have to place the right tile in the right place, but you can sort of draw a few random different shapes of ponds that way. Or for ponds, it could just be like they could all work differently, hypothetically. Every point of interest, it could work slightly differently, hypothetically, although that is more work. But you could just have like several different versions of this. Nah. It'd be better if there was an 8x8 version, though. Yeah, so for this, you could just have a series of 8x8 tiles that are where you place in almost just individual trees, but lots of different versions of trees to create some variety. And you could sort of like randomly either choose to place a tile or not, and then randomly select a tile within a sort of radius of something like this. For this, you could do the same, but you would just have to do it in a way where, like I said, you have all different inside and outside corners of it, but sort of draw a random shape using 8x8 tiles. And you would have to figure out the stuff like ruins and castles, how it would work, because you essentially would have to do 8x8 Legos. Or maybe you just like do, if I just real quick just you could actually just sort of, so this is an 8x8 tile, right? Where you could kind of like randomly do something like this, you know, that takes up a random amount of 8x8 tiles. And then you could, you know, just do one a different shape. Do something like that, right? So you, then you just sort of randomly select in between them. And you can do the same thing for castles. And I guess you could do the same thing for everything. Which would be easier. But that way you're at least thinking about you know, like an individual 8x8 tile sort of works. If that makes sense. What the fuck? Yeah, because the trouble with this style is that a lot of these don't really work within the context of like if you look at an individual 8x8 tile, some make more sense than others, but you think about the idea of you're the villager themselves approaching it from any angle, a lot of it doesn't make sense in that perspective. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of being less uniform. And try and use a sort of fixed flat perspective. Yeah. Yeah, because it doesn't need to be. You know, this is the kind of thing that, like in Dwarf Fortress, right? This Blind here, this YouTuber, which by the way, if you're interested in playing Dwarf Fortress, Blind's like the GOAT when it comes to Dwarf Fortress. You know, it's not exactly like Dwarf Fortress the way it works in our game, but it's the most similar to Dwarf Fortress than anything else I can think of, where, you know, the world map is really, like, you can view it when you want, but you're only using it when you're sending your villagers out. It is not like the core gameplay. So it needs to just convey, you know, cartographical information, basically. Yes. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Definitely. So I think, however, I'm going to leave this game dev stream here for now, because I want to get some food. I'm getting quite hungry, and I'm not expecting many, if any, more people to stop by because of the US election, and most potential viewers are American. So I'm going to leave it there. But this was fun. This was a good... we're still sort of figuring things out. I think we've just managed to be... I think we're officially out of the testing stage of these game development streams. So I think I'm happy with how it's set up and how it's looking, and how we're approaching those stuff now. So the real way... Oh, sorry I haven't been overly chatty. Been out at a firework display. I'm just tired. But I'm here and I've been listening. I appreciate it, mate. No worries. I appreciate you swinging by and joining the Earth and Heart Discord. make sure you go subscribe to the Alphase Games YouTube channel as well. If you do exclamation YouTube, you can get a link to that. It's going to be where I post game dev videos. But no, you've done nothing wrong. Been a good viewer. I appreciate you showing up, mate. Yeah, I think the way to get more people tuning into these streams is probably to do like a Valheim speedrun stream and like go directly into a stream on this channel and or these channels, because I am live on YouTube as well right now. And you know, promote it with, you know, during the stream. But yeah, the main focus is obviously to actually get some work done, and we have gotten some really good work done. Speaking of which, we're not totally done yet, but I will be wrapping up shortly. We should... Oh, I actually... yeah. We should resolve this issue. Resolves 107. You can see my GitHub issues, by the way, that I'm currently working on in the bottom left. Thank you for the YouTube sub. I appreciate that, mate. And you can see my unassigned issues in the bottom right as well. So yeah, resolves randomly plays multiple POIs. So let's do that commit. I'll push that. And then before I forget, I want to create another issue and say change POI placement to place random variations of POIs where each 8x8 segment I don't know, makes sense. On 8x8 map, I don't know if this is really gonna... At the end of the day, I'll now be able to look back at these VODs to remember what I actually meant. Let's actually add metadata to that, just so I don't forget. The funny thing is, you know, before I started working on the procedural generation of the overworld, I second enhancement. I didn't even think about the idea for whatever reason in the game design process of the game having oceans. I just sort of was thinking of more of a smaller scale. But because I was just thinking about it just being, you know, one big landmass with little things going on inside it. But the more I was messing with the world generation to try and create something that felt natural, it was just harder to feel natural without doing something like that. And it just started to look so much better. And then I was just thinking, like, actually it would be really cool to be like landlocked and have to make a boat and stuff like that. All right, now that is absolutely everything. So yeah, let's close everything down. I oftentimes use this as well, like the desktop app for Git as well, just to double check. Anyway, that's everything. So thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'm not sure when the next game dev stream will be, but sometime soon. I'm going to try and do them sort of weekly-ish. It kind of depends. Something else I was going to say to do with game development. Yeah, the video. I think what I'm going to start making shorts on a semi-regular basis to do with game development on the YouTube channel. And I am going to start posting videos soon. What was the other thing I was going to say? I actually don't remember. I don't remember. It'll come to me. Yeah. Anyway, I'll probably do some more dev work after I've eaten. But thanks for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon for some more game development. And if you watch the Valheim content, which you probably do if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, I'll see you even sooner for some more Valheim. There'll be a new Valheim video coming out very soon. All right, guys. Night. Have a good one. Bye.